that time of week again. It's Sunday night, 150cc Glentendo circuit. We're just getting started. Hope everybody's doing well today. Just jumping in right in the middle of the action. As you can see, it does look like we're already at least one race in as we get started today. And right now we are featuring Cuneo, who has been, he's about as consistent in this tournament as anyone. He's been on the stream grind for us, giving us good content, good races to watch now for several weeks. And then we do see our favorite e-girl is back, Cafe Cold Brew. Haven't seen him in a little bit, but I always geek out about this overlay. I think it's incredible. So with that, yeah, we're gonna be getting started, and I think this is gonna be the second race for Cuneo coming up. He may have had one before, but, it is 7:05. Yeah, that's probably only time for one race. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, just a reminder, this tournament is every single Sunday, and traditionally it's always been 24 races, but now just 12. Literally cut that in half, and I think it's a really good change, really good quality of life change. Watching a tournament in an hour span is a lot more enjoyable than 2 hours with like double the races, mostly because it keeps things really exciting. You could there's less margin for error. And we got a nice full house here. Look at who entered. You see Glenn F. Scott 64 circa. All right, cool. Yeah, so this is Cuneo's second race. So yeah, indeed, we are just getting started. As I was saying, only an hour long now with just 12 races. So these races, they count. You gotta sort of bring it up front, and you kind of also can't let your foot off the gas as you get that lead, because things can go south real quick. And speaking of going south, a little bit of a trembly start from Cuneo. But yeah, as I was mentioning, it does make things a lot more exciting to watch. You kind of know who's doing well, and it's a lot easier, especially with our point of views here. As you guys know, there is no spectator mode in Mario Kart, so we are limited to whoever streamed the game for us, and that's where we got Cuneo and Cafe Cold Brew grinding out the streams. So with that in mind, we don't always see everybody involved. I do see Dark over there on Blake's screen, though, or I'm sorry, on Cold Brew's screen, as well as a couple other familiars, I believe. And I'm sure since he's just getting started and Cuneo's already racing, these guys will probably find each other at some point. I don't know how many races we're at. I'm going to get a quick check on that, because that is always good information to have, because it always kind of dictates how many people are also... And knowing how many people entered makes it a lot more easy to like cast these things. We do have like a nice little regular audience. I think I saw a couple of pirate hackers in here. I see Illusion. I'm assuming Illusion's just its own tag. There's also a clan called Illusion too, but they're mostly Smash. You see a Canadian flag in Vini. And what started off as a really bad start for Cuneo ended up not so bad after all. Got himself in third place already, and he was actually live grinding before this tournament started, so he's all warmed up and ready to go, and still plenty of opportunity to catch up. He's got that red shell on deck. He might be in the clear. Item box coming out now. Apparently Illusion was prepared for that. I don't know, probably had either a green shell trio floating around him, or just had a banana peel. But here we go, another red shell eaten up by the piranha, so not going to be able to do anything with that. Look out for the egg. Oh man, I tried to snipe him with that banana, just the sign wanted nothing to do with it, and that was a really good jump by F. That was definitely going to secure him second place. Meanwhile, again, not so bad coming out from Cuneo, because he did start with the basically the false start earlier on the beginning of his run, so he turned that around. Not so bad. But let's see how Blake's doing. Or I keep calling him Blake because Cold Brew, I'm about to out him, and maybe I shouldn't do this, but not actually an e-girl. Cold Brew's been actually in a lot of older Smash stuff too on this channel. Cold Brew is just because he's doesn't enter as much Smash anymore, but still is playing Mario Kart and having a good time with it. Or I only can hope he's having a good time with it. But yeah, has been around on this channel for a few years now. But either way, looking like a little bit of a rough finish here. Currently in 8th place and getting hit by more stuff, and his e-girl looks like she's kind of feeling the pain with him, but really close to the finish line where everyone else is already there. Yeah, despite the gold mushroom, not much you could do there. Alright, so coming in 9th. Meanwhile, I couldn't see who's at the top, but I did see Dark. We do know Dark from the 200cc events. He is really, really good, so keep an eye out for that. Or no, I'm sorry, I have that mixed up. Dark just comes here a lot and is also really, really good. Alright, let's see where we're going here. Looks like that lobby is frozen or something. I'm not sure what's going on over there. Okay, there we go. I don't know if that was a stream or the lobby or what happened, but here we go. There is a pirate hacker here. That is LVZ at the top. I see Glenn, F, Solito, Scott64, Circa, Cuneo, Sweet Lou. So this looks like mostly the same crew as the last race. Maybe a couple people exchanged out. Meanwhile, I saw what appeared to be 5 active players, I think, in Cold Brew's stream. So off the Mount Wario, and these guys are starting at the same time, so hopefully we'll see some of those guys in that lobby go to this lobby. But we're going to see Cold Brew going down Mount Wario, and we are going to see Cuneo and DK Jungle. Depending on what your flavor is, Mount Wario is definitely pretty fun to watch. It's a fun to race on too. One continuous track versus obviously DK Jungle, which is format of most of the game where you got 3 different basically you have 3 of the same lap. Sorry, I couldn't spit that out. Yeah, back to solo casting this week, and Antunis is actually away. So let's all hope he's having a good time. I think he's with the family doing something family related. So if you're doing something family related at this point in time, good for you. It's nice getting, you know, provided not everyone gets on with their family, I guess, but having good family time in a time that is as stressful as recent is nice as well. I was trying to get at, but in either case, Cuneo right where he wants to be, 4th place, so not going to be any victims of that blue shell, the infamous blue shell. Even if he gets lightnings, not the worst thing. Meanwhile, LVZ is going to be front running at the moment, I believe. He is the Waluigi in 1st place, and it does look like he got hit by something. Glenn currently sitting in what appears to be 3rd place. Yeah, LVZ actually skyrocketed ahead somehow. Okay, there he is. Back in the scope of things. Circa, not too far off. Looks like he has something loaded up. Hard to tell from Cuneo's screen. And Vini also up there in the top 3. They spoke too soon. Alright, he's going to catch that ramp. That is going to be really a good chain of events for Cuneo right at the finish line. Right at the finish line. Meanwhile, Royal getting 1st place. Oh, we knew Royal from last time, but yeah. So F wins that by a lot. Glenn coming in 2nd, and yeah, Cuneo lucking out at 3rd place. And I believe Royal actually used to stream, so I'm going to casually, I think I have his, potentially, if he's streaming, I might have his URL. I just got to look it up real quick. I've been trying to do a better job on the back end, because usually what I was relying on is people telling me when they were streaming, and then just adding the URL. Oh, I do have his URL. Fantastic. Let's see. I don't know if he's streaming or not, but I'm going to try. So I did see Royal. Royal is someone we got to watch a few, maybe a couple months ago now? Kind of a while ago, as I think about it, as I remember it. So, anyways, let me make sure I don't delete that. Okay, cool, I got that one. Yeah, so with that being said, I'm trying to basically be more organized with keeping track of people who have streamed here before, because if I see them basically appear on someone else's stream, if I see them in the results, I know to see if maybe they're streaming. Okay, he's not, but it was worth a shot, because Royal is really good at this game. I believe Royal is someone who we got to watch basically, he used to do the things where he would make the game look broken. he would sort of just like chill, wait to be in 12th place, and then do all of the shortcuts and get all of the items that are going to get him to where he needs to be fast, and just use them strategically. And we just got to watch him do that 1 week when he was streaming, and it was really fun to watch. So with that said, I would say Royal, assuming it's the same Royal, is probably a front runner to win today. If not, just, you know, place really well. I would say at least top 8, but again, if it's the same Royal. Alright, so while Blake is off and running, currently on the 2nd lap, Cuneo finally got started and is on stressful map. So he could do. It does look like he started a little bit behind, and he has what looks to me like a pretty good lobby. Glenn, he hasn't been entering as much, but, you know, keep in mind it is his circuit, but he's been grinding the game since he created the circuit, and he's pretty good. So usually up there in those top ranks. Meanwhile, speaking of which, Cuneo making those quick moves, catching a shortcut, using the mushrooms to his advantage. Unfortunately, nothing to combat that red shell, but speak of the devil, he's got a horn, but going to want to hold on to that. Well, maybe not. We'll see. The horn's most valuable in first place because it gets rid of the blue shell, but that's not to say that you still can't use the horn for a lot of other things. A lot of other utility in terms of either canceling out someone else's blue shell, even if it's not coming for you, or, you know, just gets rid of red shells, all those things. But yeah, it gets rid of it, and that was probably a good time to use it. Ended up sparing whoever that is in first place. Whoever's playing DK, I'm going to have to check into that. Appears to be in a really big lead. Yeah, because I think that is either Glenn or that was F. But okay, yeah, so yeah, that is Royal coming in first again. Dark in second. That's got to be the same Royal. Using the Roy, that's how you know he knows what he's doing. And then also placing above. Yeah, placing well. So keep your eye out on Royal today, because he is definitely, like I said, a front runner to win. I think he's entered one of these before and set. I think he had the highest score as far as 150cc Glentendo circuits go. All right, so there we go, 6th place finish. About where he was chilling the whole day, and that is F. I think F might be Fate. In fact, I'm gonna guess that it is. But I'm just going to call him F to respect the tag change. And there's reasons for that, if you guys remember. There's reasons to changing your in-game tag in this meta. And that is basically to avoid people trying to snipe you at all times. Because if they know you're good, and they know you're dominating the ranks, like, for example, Fate has been getting basically first place every time he enters these. You're changing your tag could at least buy you a few races. And, you know, now where we're in the land that it's only a 12-race tournament, that could, even if people realize it after a few, that at least bought you a couple races advantage. But Fate probably doesn't really need that. I mean, he also just finished first place too. Alright, so I thought Cuneo was about to get started, but he is in spectator mode. So that's what he's looking at right now, so we could sort of see some gameplay. With the spectator mode, that sadly isn't available for spectators, just basically waiting for your next lobby. That's the only spectator mode that exists in this game. But while that's going on, I see Cold Brew having a nice little start. Does have the Cruiser, and let's see who else that was. Okay, yeah, there's Royal zooming up in 3rd place, and I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if he started off the games way back in 12th place and just did some crazy stuff to make his... Basically, it's like one big, huge surge to a point where he's just ahead by a lot by the 3rd lap. So we'll see, though. Right now, from what we can see of Cold Brew's cam, yeah, he's going to just use up that horn and move on to the 3 mushrooms he has currently. And it looks like he's got a plan for them, and sadly, that lightning ended any plans he could have had. He looks surprised and understandably so. Meanwhile, I see, I don't know who that is, Azusa on the other side, Azusa, currently being spectated through Cuneo's stream. So it looks like to be possibly another heavy hitter. I pretty much anytime I see Wario or Roy, I just assume you're probably really good because you played the game enough to be like, okay, I can feel the difference between the top tiers and the not top tiers now. So we'll keep an eye out. Currently dropped to 5th place, 6th place, as I was saying all that. But was hanging in there for a bit, so again, I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna do a quick score look while we're getting through this. Meanwhile, it looks like Mr. M just barely getting past out the finish. Wow. You're going to take that if you're cold brew. Meanwhile, that is Royal coming in first, as expected. Cruiser and Shomo, I believe that was. So while we wait for that to happen, let's see what's going on in this race. And it looks like I didn't see what place Azusa came in, unfortunately, as I was looking at Cold Brew's stream instead. So let's just wait and see if maybe these guys find each other. I think, yeah, I believe Cunio's lobby is full, though, or at least it was. Although I do see a couple people dropping, so you never know if you see Blake pop in there. Yeah, that's the beauty of Mario Kart, is like you'll be mixed in with people who take it seriously and people who don't take it seriously. But somewhere in there, there's like some fun to be had at some juncture, because whether you're just like someone trying to play against these guys are in the same lobby, by the way. If you're just basically just trying to pick up games with like real people and like you have friends that play, it's really good. And that's like where this circuit started out. It basically started out with like a local area of friends that were playing Smash or going to Smash events and were just friends. But in either case, there is a community of people who are also insanely good at this game. And I think that happens like when you just grind it. Then you get to the grind so hard where you're just like, yeah, I just play this game wherever competitively is going to be taken seriously because I'm really good at it. And then those people exist, and some of them are just like crazy to watch. Like, it makes a game look broken. And we do get a couple of those in these circuits. I don't see Royal in this particular lobby, but he's definitely out there. It's just fun to have a measure and a mark, because it's something like Mario Kart, like, you could get better every time you play, theoretically. Like, if you're really paying attention, you know, you could learn how to cut a turn better. You could learn a shortcut. You could learn how to optimize your weapon usage. You know, you learn basic strategies the more you play. However, that's not required just to pick up the game and play and just enjoy it. It's part of it, and some people are intuitively just really good at it, and some people are just intuitively not. But the reality is it gives you, in this particular case, an hour long to just sort of connect and to some capacity within some sort of closed chain of people versus just like lobbying with online people like randomly, you know? There's something in there. And then there are ranks. Like, this tournament isn't as involved with the ranks, but they do exist. And for the people who have hit that level where they're just like, they just like get the game, like they just get it, so they're just insanely good at it. Like, it's cool that could exist, you know? It's like playing an arcade cabinet until you break it, back when those existed. So looking like a pretty solid race. Cunio's been trying to chase down Glenn for kind of since this race started, but doing a good job. And this isn't a bad distance to be at, because if a blue shell comes and you know it's gonna happen. All right, so Glenn did have the defenses, probably had a banana peel. But yeah, so Cunio is actually in a really good shape here, because he dictates what happens to the impending blue shell that's coming. Because there's going to be a blue shell coming, but oh, just uses it. And looks like he's taking the offensive weapon because he is running out of track here. And this is a good point to maybe catch Glenn lacking without, yeah, and looks like he collides with Glenn's bomb, but does close down the, oh, there's the blue shell. There's the blue shell, and that's really the only thing that would have been worth holding on to the horn for Cunio, because he could have just gotten rid of that entirely and let Glenn get hit by it. But in either case, everyone just kind of surges at the end, where Cunio still ends up in third despite the close chase on Glenn, who was in first the whole race. Because you got to expect that blue shell. You know it's coming in the last lap. Someone's going to get it on their item boxes. It's just the way the distribution works. Meanwhile, though, that is Vini coming in first. That is apparently our friend from Canada, repping that Canadian flag. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm just like, because I'm just chilling too. Because I'm at a weird point where I had a Smash channel that was just literally just Smash tournaments, like throughout the state of New Jersey, and that was the thing that I did. And it was like really stressful because I was just setting them up all the time, and you just kind of go, you do your shit. and people playing are like, all right, cool, like I'm developing this like local sector of gaming, wow. But then like obviously since COVID happened, that doesn't happen anymore. So and then, you know, you just compound that with all the other falling outs and crazy things that have happened within like Smash figureheads. So I'm like, okay, I gotta do something with this channel. I'm gonna try and justify all of this production knowledge that I have and stuff. So, you know, Mario Kart's pretty fun. People enjoy it. We're just chilling, and that's where I want it to be, because the more it just becomes chill and people just enjoy it, like, I don't know, the more that opens up gates for. That's why I do a lot of esports stuff, because that stuff is pretty sponsorable. You know, like, I might not be, like, a sponsorable personality in a world of, like, where personalities are a big deal and you should be trying to do your social medias and stuff. But I do live in a world where esports looks like it's a future, and like a pretty wide-reaching one where there's just a lot of people involved. So kind of just finding a little foothold in that, in terms of just being like, hey, look, like, these things could be presented in a good way. Like there's enough in that to make me feel good about, like, spending the time chilling with Mario Kart as people play, and I just kind of talk about it. Like I'm down. Like, if you guys are chilling, I'm chilling, even if just a few of us. And, you know, it could only turn into something. Mel, don't worry, man. I'm sorry to hear about those OBS crashes. Yeah, Melpool usually streams unable to today because apparently OBS crashes. If you want, you could hit me up about that. I've had a fair amount of OBS crashes in my time of streaming, so I may or may not be able to help you. I might not be able to. Also, maybe just check and make sure your OBS is updated. Sometimes I know updates can cause crashes and stuff. I've gone long periods without updating OBS before I really knew what I was doing. So I know how that can be. Sometimes they'll make something happen, and then it just, like, there's some compatibility issue somewhere. But either way, I hope your OBS issues get better. That sounds stressful. Alright, starting to make some headway here is Cuneo. Oh my god. Dude, had someone looking over him, the gods of Mario Kart looking over Cuneo there as all of those Fire Flower just go right past him. Kind of twice, literally from behind him and in front of him once I hit the wall. So he's got a mushroom on deck. Alright, yeah, man, hit that turn hard. Throwing back the green shell for that red shell. Getting rid of that bomb immediately, and I don't blame him. Unfortunately, losing all three of those mushrooms is not really going to matter. Looked like he was destined to get third in either case, so that is going to be Cuneo coming in third. And who was in that lobby that I sort of lost track on with my rents? Yeah, that's Vini again. Vini with a really good point total, looking like maybe just missed out on first place. Glenn also in that same boat. So looking pretty competitive today, because there's a lot of people with like really nearish or high scores for only being on like race 4 or 5. Yeah, it looks like Spider-Man in the lobby officially. That looks like the Spider-Man from the movie, like the first movie, when he doesn't have his full outfit yet, and he's like doing the wrestling gig and ends up beating Macho Man Randy Savage, aka Bonesaw. You guys may not know who that is, but I sometimes forget how old those movies are, but I feel like the Spider-Man movies are also slightly iconic for whatever reasons they are. More than 60, I saw Royal had more than 60 for certain. Everyone else has been like just flirting with 60, which means probably a couple second place finishes. As far as I know, Royal, though, is the only person I saw surpass 60. And that was a race ago, too. I'm going to actually look up the scores right now while these races get going. All right, cool. So Cold Brew, Cuneo in the same place. So I'll give them a lap to rock this out. We'll see how these guys are doing in lap 2. And then we'll probably focus in on one of them, since right now this is what we got going on today. We got these guys grinding out the stream, and I really appreciate it, because obviously if these guys aren't streaming, I can't stream either. So it adds that degree too. And if you're chilling out, whether you be playing or just watching, or I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging. Obviously we do these every single Sunday and Tuesday. 200 CC is every Tuesday though. Sunday is 150. those Tuesday races, I hope they get a lot busier because that gameplay is actually pretty enjoyable to watch for anyone who could handle it. Like that's 200cc is a lot of stress to handle. And Nintendo's possible answer to why F-Zero isn't a thing anymore, because they added a track and we're like, here's some races that you could barely control, because that's literally what F-Zero's stick. Meanwhile, people still want F-Zero game. I just don't think we're ever going to see it. You guys just get 200cc instead. But anyways, as I digress onto that, let me get back to what I was doing, and that is checking the scores. I'm going to wait till after this tournament ends, though, so I don't have to reset the entire console, because... or basically close out of the game is what I meant to say. I'm speaking in old man terms here. So yeah, I would have to basically just cold restart my Switch just so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Nintendo Switch could update the scores for me. I mean, you think about it, this is an old game, dude. Mario Kart 8 originally came out in like, how many years ago? Too many years ago. It was a new game when the Wii U was new, which is now very old. This game is probably 8 years, or no, not 8, but close. 6 years? Something like that. 6 years old? I think it was like 2014. Shit's old. Switch is new and exciting. And if Intunis was here, who I usually commentate with, you guys all know Intunis. Chances are if you're chilling right now, you know Intunis. Alright. Wow, dude, well, I was ranting. Riley Reid was winning the race. Cold Brew was getting second. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, dude. There's so much lore here to explain. All I know is Riley Reid is here. She makes her appearances kind of at random. Sometimes she just shows up, and it makes it makes sense that Riley Reid would get first when Cold Brew got second, because I know Cold Brew is friends with Riley Reid. Bet you guys didn't know that. Cold Brew is friends with Riley Reid, though. Yeah, there she is agreeing. Yep. And Riley Reid also known for her Smash accolades as well, you know, in both games. Playing the Shotos in Ultimate and also playing, I don't know who that, maybe Marth? I don't know who they play in Melee. I just know that they've shown up on someone's stream in Melee and it was hype for a minute. So shout outs to Cold Brew, man, for this overlay. This thing, what a beautiful overlay. The beautiful e-girl. Intunis would be in love right now, but he's not here. He's doing something with his family. So right now, we are going to watch this very exciting Mario Kart 8 race as we have officially hit the halfway point. Now that these tournaments are only an hour, so okay. This music mix was actually the perfect setup for shoutcasting Mario Kart 8 on a Sunday evening. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling pretty comfy. I hope you guys are too. Oh no, Cuneo blowing himself up, checking the rear views, making sure it was him. It definitely was. Meanwhile, Cold Brew pressing up front. I did see Riley Reid still in here, and Vini out in third place. I would say a favorite to win this particular race. Oh, dude, I don't know how old this was in the chat, but communication errors are literally the most infuriating things to see. Because the online for this game works pretty well, but the problem with how these tournaments work is if you get a communication error, chances are you dropped out of like a lobby that already had people in it, so then you almost have to wait for another lobby to have people. Or you get stuck with like 1v1ing someone. It's really a problem. I just don't know what other way there would be to fix it, or also I don't have hope for Nintendo, like, especially this old game that I was just talking about with no spectator mode. You know, any hope for them to improve their online stuff, in particular for this game. Sometimes when you get bad results and you're feeling like your races are all trash, and whether it be the RNG or just you're not racing well or all these things are happening that suck, I think you gotta just like kind of like you gotta like surrender to it, you know? You gotta just be like, you know what, I'm just racing, I'm getting some races in, it's going like shit today. You're going for results, but even if so, like, you know, this is a good time to practice against people who are going to help push you to get results. So just kind of take it for what it is and just sort of think of the day as like a throw. Almost like it could be less stressful if you're just like, oh, I don't really have to do well anymore. So like the races could only really get better. And sometimes Mario Kart just has it out for you. That's just how it goes. Sometimes like you just have a bad day. You know, like some days like it's just not in your hands. And we've even seen that on the level of like Kugi, who is currently hopefully enjoying his retirement, or at least his temporary retirement. Glenn, though, over the 75-point mark, with Vini getting second, only 1 point behind Glenn. Now is a good time for me to check those results because they're fresh. And 35 entrants today, so shout outs to you guys who are entering these brackets and enjoying them and watching them. It's a good time, and I'm always really happy with, whew, look at that lead. Royal at 117. Cut myself off because I was just like, wow, look at this guy go. So I'm pretty sure this guy does stream. He's streamed for us before and has done some crazy stuff. Assuming it's the same Royal, I don't think it's a coincidence, or, you know. Anyways, that's Illusion in second. Illusion is a name that's new to me. I do see Adam. Adam, definitely an OG, has been coming to these Mario Kart circuits for a bit. As is Dark and as is Knight having a good day. Just getting past that 90-point mark at 5th place. And I see F, who might be Fate, might not be Fate. It could also just be F. And then I see, oh, Sir JP. I haven't seen that name in a little while. I see more Pirate Hackers and LVZ. Glenn, Vini, Nintunist, who has entered today. Haven't seen him in our lobbies, but might not be commentating, but he is still on the stream. So there he is, as is Melpool, usually grinding out the streams but having OBS issues. So he's out here, and Takamarth. We got a good group of people here today, so shout outs to that. And F is Fate, so I did have it right. Dude, I'm not surprised to hear Nintunist is bullying Knight, because Nintunist, he's a bully. If it's not going his way, he's just going to bully. But you know what, man? I believe in people standing up to their bullies and overcoming. Right now, you're the real winner, because you have the point lead on him by a lot. And there's Def Gamer. Shout out to Def Gamer, who's also chilling in the chat. Alright, so Cuneo jamming up Def Gamer a little bit. Also, let's see what we could get from Cold Brew as well, who is actually right behind Def Gamer and right ahead of Korean, I think that tag is. Korean? But not spelled like Korean? I don't know. You tell me. So, yep, that's Royal out in front, though. You could see that on Cuneo's stream over to the left. Meanwhile, Def Gamer right behind, looking like he might get that pass on Cuneo. Possibly. Getting the double items. Definitely good to get those. And there is Def Gamer coming out in second. Both these guys chasing down Royal and might want to reserve their, you know, I don't want to coach from my position, but maybe want to reserve their resources. Never mind. For basically take out Royal, who may or may not be prepared for the impending blue shell that is going to be coming up on this fresh lap 3. You know, those items always distribute themselves to those to the lower places back there, who are going to just use them as soon as they get them. So anything ranging from lightnings to blue shells to all the horrible things, the bullet bills. Wow, that's a big pass coming from Cuneo. And just as I was mentioning, all those horrifying items. Also not the best time to be in first place. There's Royal jumping out in front, though. Okay, now is a good time to be in first place. This is another time Cuneo's found himself with the Horn in a favorable position, but everyone's a lot closer this time around. So Horn may be a little bit less valuable. Pretty smart usage over the water, because that is going to extend the Lakitu, Lakitu, however you pronounce that little floaty guy's name who brings you back to the stage. Oh my god, huge pass coming in from Cuneo, who looks like he will be getting in that second place position as I'm sorry, Cafe Cold Brew comes in third and Royal in first, way out there. And there is, I'm going to guess that's Korean, Def Gamer coming in fifth. Sometimes Mario Kart's on your side, sometimes it's not. All you could really do is let it happen. So this is where we are on a Sunday night, 20 minutes left, better than halfway through. Pretty good gameplay today. Shout outs to both Cold Brew and Cunio for streaming for us today. Make sure you check these guys out. They also have their own Twitches. That's how I am getting this gameplay. And fortunately for us, they're also in the same lobby, so it gives us that little that choosing your perspective in one race sort of feel that you could only hope a spectator mode would satisfy if this game had one, but it doesn't. So shout out to these guys making it happen. Cold Brew looking so pretty, all up in the camera. Gonna back up, heading over to the Twisted Mansion, and looking like nearly the same crew from before. Solito entering the fray, and 2 more races. Yeah, if any of you guys want to stream, feel free. This is how they're going to be used. And, you know, from here, maybe we expand. I know I'm building on a game that I already called very old, because it is very old. This game dates back to like 2014 on the Wii U. What's a Wii U? I'll tell you when you're older. But anyways, yeah, so trying to build a little bit of excitement around this game. It is possible if we got the participants. So all you really have to do is get a little bit familiar with OBS or any way to stream your gameplay, and that's literally all I need to add you into it. You just give me your URL, and that's that. There's ways I'm working on making that stuff better too, but you know that's really dependent on how everything else continues to continue to progress here. But I'm pretty happy, man. I'm pretty happy that these Glentendo circuits get like, you know, they're getting a regular 30 people. You know, there's been a couple down weeks where there's been like maybe 20, but there's also been up weeks where we've had 50 entrants before, and where it just totally pops off. It really depends, and I think a lot of the excitement comes in when more people start to actively stream and become regulars, because you know that's how you build anything, right? You get some regular stuff going on, and then that begins to develop in a way, and once that develops, you could do stuff with it. It's fun. That was my formula for Smash Bros, but it was always isolated to one area. But the nice part about this strange era of online gaming where we could only do that and not play things locally, like, you know, that could be developed if people want. So, you know, if you're feeling like streaming, definitely do it. And if you're watching this VOD back on YouTube and hear me ranting about this and are not seeing my Twitch chat, you can stream this too. You'll even get the tournament code in the thumbnail of this video. It'll tell you exactly what you got to do. Just enter that into the game and you're in. If you want to stream, if you're like an aspiring streamer looking for an hour's worth of content in a community to be involved with for an hour every Sunday, or maybe 2 hours if you also do 200cc on Tuesday, yeah, start your stream here, man. That's the whole idea. It's always nice to attract those top level talents, but you got to build at the base up. So that's what I like to grind out on a Sunday, at least at this point. Also, wow, Cunio coming in first, decisively so, above the likes of Royal. That's a really good finish. That's a win. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, wow, Royal going down to third, sitting at 142 points and no jeopardy of losing this tournament today, but is going to hurt the boost in eco that would have inevitably came from just sort of wiping up and getting a perfect score, because he was on that run. Perfect score, what's 12 times 15? I am not going to do that quick math in my head because I'll embarrass myself. And I don't remember from last week, so I'm just going to take my time. But the perfect score being 180, and he was at 146 with that finish. If he had 2 more races, yeah, he would have been at a perfect score, so that's a big blow. I think that's the first race he hasn't taken first place in, and that is the type of thing I could tell you when I only have, what was I going to say? Yeah, when there's only 12 races to account for, because it was really hard to keep track of scores when these circuits used to be 24 races. You just have to really pay attention to see who's doing what. But if I could see Royal at currently 142 points there, like you see there, currently second, runner Def Gamer, you know, I could tell you how his days looked. A lot simpler to keep track. But with that being said, we are on the 11th race, so got this one and one more, and then that is it. Royal is going to be looking to expand that lead here, maybe set, I would imagine this is probably going to set the 12 race Glentendo circuit record, probably, where I think he might have or might be tied with the 24 race record, which I think was like 233 points something, or I'm sorry, 320 something points, I think. I'd have to go back and look. Kind of not that important now that we are just doing 12 races, and that is going to be here to stay. So, Baby Park, place your bets. This is not always your map that is going to be flexing skill. This is known to tilt even the best of them, also known to, I don't know, some people vibe with this, especially like I got to watch this map for the first time on 200cc the other day, and it was literally just one big power slide, is what I was watching. So not quite the case here on 150cc, which is what we're watching, but it's not too dissimilar either. There's just so much vulnerability with the items. I don't even want to say anything because I feel like the more I ramble, the better off Cuneo has been. But now that I've already pointed attention to it, he's currently in first place and looking like a shoo-in to win, and does it. That is back-to-back firsts coming in for Cuneo. That is really big, especially considering this is the same lobby that does have Royal, who did come in second. So going to chip away a little bit more at Royal's attempt at that perfect score. And yeah, Baby Park, that is about as tilting as you can get. Literally tilts like Lilat used to tilt anyways. They get a little tilty in a different way. But that's going to be a good... That's good. With one more race to go, that bodes well. Especially right now, these guys are in this lobby of 4. So only with each other to battle against. So there's a lot of ground there to be had for Cuneo, which is really going to help his placing. Meanwhile, I don't think Royal is in any jeopardy of not taking first. But I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. Let me hard reboot Mario Kart 8 on my Switch just so I could get an update of scores. I love to just point that out. I'm mostly just talking trash on Mario Kart, just because, just for fun. Not a big deal. Def Gamer, I'm happy you had a good time. Please come back and stream. Literally, if you stream and you link me your stream, I'll add it to this, no problem, easy. The more perspectives, the better. I've had days where I'm streaming. How many? I've had, I think, 8 or 9 streams before. At peak, there was that one day we had 50 people, and I had 9 streams going on. Like, that was crazy. That was fun. But before, you know, I know sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with the tags, and especially when I'm solo casting, but I do want to make sure the guys you are watching, you are well aware of who they are. Currently, right now, you're watching Cuneo. Meanwhile, we do have Blake also streaming for us. I keep saying Blake, because that's his real name. But what I keep meaning to say is Cafe Cold Brew, who is now, if you're watching this channel, your favorite e-girl. There we go, right there. So Cafe Cold Brew currently sitting in 4th place with one of the best overlays in the game. I always geek out about this when I see it. It's very clever, and it brings me back to feeling like I'm a child again when, like, browser windows used to literally look like that. But I'm going to keep the focus on Cold Brew here for now because he is currently doing really well. Sitting in 2nd place only behind Royal, who is looking to get this 1st place. Probably not too happy with the last 2 races. He was on track for a perfect score. And then sort of had a bad falling in 2 games and then didn't win that last one. But red shells are out. Is going to work and going to hang on to this red shell, I would say wisely. Still has a whole nother lap to go. You don't want to just throw those out there like that, especially when things change really quick in the last lap, as we see. Cold Brew dropping down the 4th. Cuneo just right out ahead, and Royal does have the banana on the hitch. Does use it, though. Is that another banana? No, he's good. Yeah, waiting for the clear. And I think that bumped him past some items, too. I can't see... Okay, no, never mind. I saw on Cold Brew's screen, Royal did have that bomb, and I will not be surprised if he knows how to use it. So we'll see if anything crazy happens before this final lap concludes on the final race for both of our streamers. So this is it for all of the marbles. Well, not really for all the marbles. Royal pretty much has this wrapped up. Even though it looks like he's going to get 4th place, he's got this wrapped up. Meanwhile, Cuneo does take 1st. Cafe Cold Brew coming in 2nd. And Royal's still coming out in 3rd. So for him, that's going to keep his hopes. It wasn't hopes. Even if Royal got 4th at that point, he was still going to win the event. He had a perfect score going up until those last 3 races where, you know, just kind of a rough outing, but I don't think... I'll have to check and see if anyone's caught up. I'm currently loading up the scores for the circuit as we speak, so that way I could let you guys know what it looks like 10 minutes before we end here, because technically there's still 10 more minutes left of this tournament. So if people started late, and you know they did, They are still going to have a few races left, and there's still time for, hold on, or is this one more race? Oh, no, I think this is going to spectator. That's good, actually. Def Gamer, you could either follow or DM us on Twitter, which is @MasterhandGames. It's actually everything's underneath the stream right now. So if you look under the stream, you could find me on Twitter, or find MHG on Twitter. Go to the Discord. You could @ me in there. My name is Crystalodian. I'm basically most active on Discord. So if you find me there, I'll give you all the goods, all the info you need. Or honestly, if you show up next week and you're in chat and you say, "Hey, I'm streaming," and then you link me your stream in chat, then I'll just put it there too. I'm pretty flexible with this stuff. Really, like if you're looking to stream, yeah, I'm here. So you'll find me in any which way, even if you do a day of. I'll get it figured out. I do appreciate the interest, and also for hanging, and also for having a good time. I'm always happy when people have a good time, for obvious reasons, because that makes it. It makes it feel like something for me, as corny as that sounds. It's good, though. It's good when people turn out and they have fun. This tournament always gets good turnout. And as I was mentioning, Royal in no jeopardy, at least from what we know, of losing that first place. Although all it will take from Adam, I don't know how many races Adam has, but even if he gets, let's see, no? Even if he gets first in one more race, Royal will still win, but, I don't know. Adam could have more than one race left. I'm not sure. Still 9 minutes left, technically. Meanwhile, Illusion in third was sitting in second for most of the day. Not sure how much is left there. Meanwhile, we do see Fate, who has been running these tournaments. And when I say running, I mean running. He's been winning pretty much every Glentendo circuit for the past several weeks. Is going to take a dip down to fourth. Might still have some races left. And again, I'm saying I have races left, and there's 9 minutes. I'm not going to wait it out here because I don't have the gameplay to justify waiting 9 minutes. But what I can tell you is the final results can be found on Twitter. And again, those links can all be found if you're watching this on Twitch, right below the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, look in the description boxes. All the things are linked. So if you just follow those links, you'll find these results. There's usually graphics that go out on Twitter, everything else, but... let me get back to it. Yeah, that is Fate dropping down to fourth. Dark coming in fifth. Dark has always been really solid in these Glentendo circuits. Usually uses Yoshi. I think he was using Daisy today. And Sir JP, an old friend. I haven't seen them in a little while. Coming in with the sixth, tying with Cuneo. Again, these are all subject to change. Final results pending, but from what we're looking at now, Vini currently in eighth place. May keep it, may not. I think Vini might be done with the races unless they just dropped out and took a little break in between. I see Knight still in here. Melpool. Yeah, we got a good group of people. Shout out to Nintunis. I don't know if he's going to break that 99 marker, but he might. Hasn't played in a few times. I basically just had him commentating with me. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. That's all we got. That is it. So Melpool finishes with 120. Yeah, so he had another race. Yeah, going to fall shy of that top 8. That top 8 is going to literally be 129 or less. So it's not going to be any less than that. So, or I'm sorry. No, probably 129, I would say. I don't think 6th place is safe right now, but it might be. Things may have already changed all the time I was talking about this. In fact, it probably did. But with that in mind, here's all the information you need. Here's the Twitters I was just talking about. You'll find all the top 8 results there. If you go in the Discords, the Glentendo Circuit Discord has all the top 8s from the beginning, all listed within the Discord. I've been adding them to the Master Hand Gaming Discord from a certain point. They will have all the 12 race ones, I can tell you that. But so if you're looking to get familiar with some of the people you raced against today, or wondering how you did and wanted to see if some of the names you saw regularly popping up are legit, you could do that. These results are tracked every week, so be sure to do that. But yeah, every single Sunday, 7 to 8, we have shortened down to an hour, and I think that it was such a huge quality of life difference. Meanwhile, every single Tuesday, 200cc, so if you're feeling ambitious, you're feeling brave, you feel like you want to race really fast, we do have that every single Tuesday, same time, 7 to 8. And these races go so much quicker, so that you're not seeing that incorrectly. It is 16 races in an hour. You could literally do 4 additional races in 200cc compared to, the 12 races and 150, which is what we're doing all day today. So that's something to keep in mind. And also, I do want to point your attention to our Smash Weekly. That is every single Thursday. And this weekly's good, man. This weekly actually did pick up sponsorship and does have some really unique things going on, including some commentator cams, which this tournament would have had today too if I wasn't just shoutcasting on my own. But production's going up every week. It's been a lot of fun, and this is all Eastern times. So if you're watching this and you're not from this area, this is 7:30 Eastern. Currently no region on this, no region lock on this event, which is kind of a dangerous game for me to play, but I'm also just trying to get more people playing together and on the stream. But, you know, that might change in the future. But, you know, all the information's there for you. Again, follow on Twitch. And, yeah, well, sure, yeah. Follow on Twitch and on Twitter if you just want to find out more about these events, because they get posted every single week as they happen. So if you think you might be interested, if you're following on Twitter, that's the main one. I haven't really used Facebook much. I don't really like Facebook much, and I don't really want to force myself to do it, and I don't really have someone I pay for marketing right now. So if you want all of the events, either Discord or Twitch are your best bets. But that being said, I do want to thank everybody again. This was the Glentendo Circuit. I'm Crystalodian, and thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. If you feel like streaming, find me, DM me, all those things. But otherwise, have a great night, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for 200cc.